What's for dinner today? That's it. Had a busy day already. I had ordered some grade A super red cherry shrimp for our breeder tank. I ordered 20 of them, and I ordered them earlier in the week, and ship date was supposed to be this coming Tuesday. I did get a notification Thursday morning real early that they shipped, but I went to the shipping and tracked it, and really they hadn't shipped. A label had just been prepared for them. So still I needed to get some things prepared, and I already had like cholla wood, I already had Malaysian driftwood, I already had a bunch of moss, I already had some Indian almond leaves. I just needed like some crushed coral, which Petco didn't have that yesterday, and I had to order that last night, so it's not here yet, which that isn't that big of a deal. It just releases some good minerals in the water for the shrimp. Also, I've got some high-grade shrimp food on its way. That hadn't got here yet. Long story short, my shrimp are here, and I've got to get them in the tank. Alright guys, I didn't video the unboxing because I really didn't know what it was until I got down to the very end. They had them wrapped over and over and over again. But I ordered online some high grade fire red shrimp, and they just came in, and I've just put them in the tank to float, and they are awesome. They're pretty small, but not like brand new small. And there are a few of them that are lighter colored and stuff, but they are awesome. Very, very awesome. Just got some brand new guppy fry. Let's see if we can pick one up here. They usually stay underneath this moss. There's one. See that little guppy? Got 5 altogether, and that's just one of them. The others must be out. Oh, there's one up above it. The others must just be out and about. They're pretty cool. We've noticed them for about 2 or 3 days. I just hadn't had a chance to video them yet. We also ordered and got some neon tetras to add to the tank. They're acting awesome. I was just really surprised that the guppies that we got, they're kind of juvenile, that they already were pregnant. And I know they had to have been already pregnant because we only put this tank up about 3 weeks ago, somewhere around in there. And it takes 30 days if you get them pregnant. So if our fancy male guppy would have gotten them pregnant, they wouldn't have been ready yet. So they were already pregnant. These are just going to be standard guppy fry, 5 of them, and we'll see how many make it. And we've also added some cholla wood. I've added 3 of the Indian almond leaves for the shrimp. We did add the guppy grass, and it's not really doing the best in the world. My moss is doing good though. But yeah, this tank is looking good. got them in the tank, and some of them are just really, really, really bright red. That one, I believe, might be too young, but I think it's a female. And there's some of them that are kind of clear. Let's see if I can find a clear one that doesn't have very much color. I don't know. These two right here in the front, they're really bright red, and these are going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. They're beautiful. There's one over here. They are really awesome. They must be camera shy. Still some of them underneath the sponge filter in the back. See that one back there? Won't focus on him. Oh, there's one right up here in the front. It's kind of a clear one. See, that's what I was talking about.
There's like a dark red one.
It's kind of clear. Not really red. Yeah, there's one flying up to the top. See, oh, there he is over there by the almond leaf. Going down into the moss. It's one thing I tried to do. I tried to have kind of a life for them before they got here. That way they would be ready. We'll focus on him. He's searching around. I'm sure I will give you guys an update on this tank as it goes, but all 20 of them were alive. They shipped really weird. There was no heat pack. It came U.S. Post Office, and I think it sat on my porch 30 minutes. The post office guy don't ever knock on the door like UPS does. Wasn't expecting them till Tuesday, and today is Saturday, so that was kind of odd. Yeah, they were just wrapped over and over and over again with paper, then wrapped over and over again with bubble wrap. They were double bagged, they were knotted, and then rubber banded above the knot. It was a difficult unboxing, but I didn't know how long they'd been on my porch, so I wanted to get them floating pretty quick, so I hurried up and unboxed them and floated them, and they're all really active and moving around and acting great. So looking forward to keeping some fire red shrimp. Did a water change on the 55 gallon this morning. I put that piece of driftwood that's been in with the koi for like a month now. I put that in there and it's still kind of floating on one end, but the tank is cleared up really, really nice. I didn't gravel vac good enough right over there. My water level was getting so low at that point. It was actually below the top of that sponge right there, and that's over 50%, and I really didn't want to do over a 50% water change. But if you see how clear that tank is, and then look at how the almond leaves have put tannins into the water for the breeder tank, it's a big difference. The lighting is the same on both tanks, but the tannins that those almond leaves and the Malaysian driftwood have released into the water are awesome. This, well, you can see my reflection here. This tank is pretty cool. I do have some crushed coral on its way. I just didn't really prepare. I've got some shrimp, high grade shrimp food on its way too. I just wasn't prepared to get these shrimp until Tuesday. But if you guys are seeing anything in this tank that I need to do to make these shrimp thrive, please let me know in the comments, because you know we'll probably never be able to breed the tetras, but they might not always stay in here either. I'd almost like to move them to the community tank and get some bristlenose plecos in here and breed plecos, breed guppies, and breed shrimp. But let me see if I can pick out a really nice shrimp for you guys. Let's look back here, in the back of that sponge back there. You can barely see one on the top there. And that one's not one of the brightest. So in my opinion, that one's not a grade A fire red cherry. I would say that one, you know, is probably a fire red cherry shrimp, but just not a grade A. But there are some that are grade A in here. Overall, I like my setup. I don't like the guppy grass. I had a big chunk of it and it was doing really good. It was just floating on the top here, and it was just a big mound of it. And then it just kind of disintegrated and little pieces of it went everywhere, and big hunks stick to the intake, which I've got a sponge on it to keep, you know, fry and shrimp and everything from going into the intake of that little hang on the back filter there. Oh, there's one at the front. I don't know if it'll focus on him. Yeah. It's a lot of fun having fun with this tank. You can just sit here and watch shrimp for hours and hours and hours. If there's one hidden, that's a nice thing about having a smaller tank. It's like a 20, I don't know, it's either a 20 or a 29. I don't really know actually, but the nice thing about having a small tank like this is they've got a ball of moss over here, a ball of moss over here. They've got like this grass stuff here, and then the guppy grass on the filters, and then they can hide behind the filters. But other than that, you know, you put 20 shrimp in here at all times, you can pretty much find a shrimp. There's a real bright one in this Java moss right here. I think what the guy did is he didn't cull very good. There's like 3 or 4 really clear ones. So I would classify them as just regular cherry shrimp. You know, your regular cherry shrimp are going to have just a red tint, but they're going to be like clear. You can see through them. And there's like 3 or 4 of them in here that are like that. So when you're breeding shrimp, you have to cull out those colors and either get rid of them or put them in another tank by themselves or something, because if not, you hurt your line. You know, you should only breed the bright ones to the bright ones. So I'm going to have to really get busy and get another tank set up and cull some of these out. Maybe I'll have to buy another set or something, I don't know. But you can just sit here and look at this tank for hours. There's a lot going on. That is all I got for you guys today. It's just a nasty rainy day. Got some groceries in this morning. Got both of the fish tanks drained. Well, I didn't drain the breeder tank. I left the water parameters alone on it. It had evaporated off probably about 2 inches from the top, so I added some fresh to it. But the 55 gallon, I did probably a 60% water change on it today. Got that done. Just doing some laundry now and enjoying the new shrimp. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So thanks for coming along. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video. And anybody that's watching this that knows anything about shrimp, let me know, because we're going to start breeding these things. I've heard that these shrimp are bulletproof, so you can't really mess it up as long as you got your water parameters right. But you know, I think in order to keep them really the grade A fire red, I'm gonna have to get some darker substrate, because right now I've got pool filter sand and it's a nice substrate, but it's light colored. So You know, it might make them be lighter. And the ones that came that were clear, I'm going to give them a few days before I start thinking about culling them out. Give them like a week or two, or maybe even longer. I don't know. I've got a lot to learn about this, how old they have to be before they'll start breeding, all that kind of stuff, because before they start breeding, I definitely want clear ones out of there, and that's what the breeder that sold them to me should have been doing too, because on eBay it said grade A fire red cherry shrimp, and there's like 4 or so of them that are completely clear that are really just standard cherry shrimp is what they are. And he should be culling those out. That way he can keep only bright fire red ones. But I just put them in the tank, so there's no telling what if they were stressed out from the trip. I don't know. So I'm going to give them some time, and I'll give you some updates as we go. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.